Have you ever wondered how war has shaped the course of human history and what impact it has had on our societies? It's a complex question that weaves a tapestry of human struggle and triumph. War, in its rawest form, is a catalyst for change. It reshapes the world, leaving an indelible mark on cultures and societies, pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity and resilience. However, the paradox of war cannot be ignored. While it brings destruction, devastation, and loss of life, it also sparks a surge of innovation and progress. It's astonishing to consider that many of the technologies and advancements we take for granted today were born out of the crucible of conflict. From the compass to the internet, war has been a grim muse, inspiring humanity to reach new heights even in its darkest hours. Now let's embark on a journey through time, witnessing the evolution of war and its effects on mankind. Our journey begins in the prehistoric era where the seeds of war were first sown. Picture the world in its earliest days, a time when communities were young and the concept of conflict was just beginning to take root. Life was a struggle for survival, a fight against nature, against the elements, and inevitably against each other. When resources were scarce, disputes would arise, tensions would simmer, then boil over, leading to the first tribal conflicts. These were not wars as we know them today, but they laid the groundwork for what was to come. They were battles for survival, for the right to hunt on fertile grounds, for the control of precious water sources. The stakes were high. Victory meant life. Defeat meant extinction. As tribes grew into societies and societies into civilizations, the nature of these conflicts began to change. In ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, we see the first organized battles. These were no longer mere skirmishes over resources. They were campaigns for control, for power, for supremacy. Pharaohs and kings led their armies into battle, their chariots and foot soldiers moving in coordinated assaults, their strategies etched onto clay tablets and papyrus scrolls. But why did they fight? What drove these ancient people to risk their lives on the battlefield? The answers are as varied as they are timeless. Resource scarcity certainly remained a significant factor. But now there were also disputes over territory, clashes of culture and religion, and the never-ending struggle for power. And so war became a part of life. It was a tool of statecraft, a means of resolving disputes, a way of exerting influence. It was brutal, yes, but also transformative. It spurred technological advancements, shaped political landscapes, and left indelible marks on the cultures that waged it. As civilizations grew and evolved, so did their methods of warfare. From the stone axes of prehistoric tribes to the chariots of ancient Egypt, from the phalanx formations of Greece to the siege engines of Rome, every era brought new innovations to the art of war. The dawn of war was just the beginning. As we shall see, the sun had yet to reach its zenith. Moving into the classical era, we see war becoming a science and an art. This period in history brought with it significant advancements in strategic and technological warfare, with the rise of empires like Rome and China. These ancient civilizations were not only powerhouses of culture and knowledge, but they also mastered the art of war, leaving behind a legacy of military strategy that continues to influence modern warfare. Take, for example, the Romans. Their disciplined approach to warfare, structured military hierarchy, and innovative technologies such as the testudo formation and siege engines were not just about brute force. They reflected a deep understanding of strategy, logistics, and engineering, turning warfare into a complex science. On the other side of the world, the Chinese were making similar strides. They introduced the crossbow, a weapon that could pierce armor and take down a horse, and strategic formations that could quickly adapt to the battleground's demands. But perhaps the most profound contribution from the East was not a weapon or a formation, but a book. The Art of War by Sun Tzu is a timeless masterpiece that delves into the heart of conflict and how to navigate it. Sun Tzu didn't just focus on the physical aspects of war, but also on the psychological elements. He emphasized the importance of understanding your enemy, using deception, and the value of strategic planning over rushing into battle. These strategies and technologies didn't just change the way wars were fought. They transformed them into an art form where every move was calculated, every decision carried weight, and every battle was a chess game. But let's not forget, as the art of war evolved, so did its devastating impact. the sophistication of warfare did not lessen its toll on humanity. The brutality of war remained, and its effects were felt by soldiers and civilians alike, reminding us that war, no matter how strategically fought or technologically advanced, carries a heavy price. Even as warfare became more sophisticated, its toll on humanity remained as devastating as ever. The advent of the modern era brought unprecedented changes in the nature of warfare. The Industrial Revolution of the late 18th and early 19th centuries transformed the battlefield. Suddenly, the art of war wasn't just about strategy and manpower. It was about machinery, firepower, and the capacity for devastation on a scale previously unimaginable. The widespread use of firearms became the norm, and the horrors of nuclear weapons emerged, casting a long and ominous shadow over international relations. War had become not just a contest between nations, but a potential threat to the survival of humanity itself. Modern wars, such as the two world wars of the 20th century, were global in scale, involving nations from every continent and leading to casualties in the millions. Such widespread devastation and loss of life made the world take notice. The scale and impact of modern warfare have led to a heightened desire for peace and conflict resolution. As we look to the future, the face of war continues to change. The digital age brings with it a new battlefield: cyberspace. Warfare is no longer just about physical strength and tactical maneuvers, it's about coding skills and the ability to infiltrate enemy networks. Then there are autonomous weapons, machines programmed to make life or death decisions without human intervention. Yet, with these advancements, the question is raised: who bears the responsibility when things go wrong? Space, the final frontier, is not immune to conflict either. As nations venture beyond our planet, the potential for space warfare becomes a real concern. Amidst these daunting prospects, there's a glimmer of hope. Efforts are underway to promote peace and disarmament, to regulate the use of autonomous weapons, and to keep space a demilitarized zone. The challenges are immense, but so too is our potential for progress. In understanding the history of war, we gain insights into our past and future, and hopefully find ways to prevent conflict and promote peace.